Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to the Azure Dreams Rock Me to the Top Tournament Round 2. Hope you guys are all having a good night and are excited for a fun set of races. We have what a lot of people believed would be the finalists today, racing a little bit early. And you can tell it is going to be a very, very exciting and high-quality set of races. Or maybe it won't, and it'll totally shock us all. But we're going to hope that it's really exciting. I'm personally rooting for Poulet. I don't know who you guys are rooting for. Yes, so make sure you tell us in chat. I am Dreamy, here with my co-host Shawnee, who's going to be helping take care of some of the logistics today.
Yes, I plan to talk coherently about the game, and hopefully I can succeed doing that.
Looks like they're off.
Let's see here. Actually, I forgot to get chat up of all things.
Yeah, I just had to do the same thing. So, if this is your first time here, if this is your first time seeing this game, you're like, what the heck is this? Azure Dreams is a roguelite, dungeon crawler, town building dating sim. Nice mishmash of things.
Yeah.
Today, unfortunately, we are only going to be seeing the dungeon crawling.
Poulet, a man of culture, naming Queenie trash.
Oof. That's not nice. That's not nice. This is a no bully zone.
Say that to the guy who cost me more runs than anyone else. Also, speaking of which, hi, Sand Knight.
We got our boy Sand Knight in the chat. So, yes. Thanks to the wonderful programmer. Shout him out every time I'm here.
This was deemed impossible by a lot of people for numerous years.
Yeah.
And then the programmer went, I gotta poke around the code a bit. And now we can have fixed seed tower races, which is...
Yeah, we almost saw Poulet jump over that egg. Whoops. But yeah, the special thing about this tournament, as opposed to the first one, is that the tower is somehow fixed for us. So he used his code magic to make it so that every floor, though it will not progress the same for both people, unless they take exactly the same steps, they will face roughly the same thing, have access to the same items, which makes it a much more fair and balanced set of races than it normally would be. Another benefit to it as well, which you didn't really get to see because it wasn't there, is that we're skipping the opening cinematics and the tutorial to help get them into the race a lot faster than it would normally take.
Oh, no. For Tiger in chat, it's not so much the fact it takes a very short time to make seeds. The fact he's able to basically make the program to do that is phenomenal. Because he found and isolated the code, and I think if Queenie were to die on one side and not the other side, basically the frame data will be different or something for when you load in, and the levels will be slightly different at that point. But basically having the exact same tower, exact same items, exact same enemies to start on every single thing was basically deemed impossible because there's 3 different ways the RNG gets mixed up in this game. And programmer knows it obviously more than me, but one is like the frame data for how long you've been walking, your movement, and also based on your attacks and actions and items you have or something. And all 3 of those things get mixed up, and he found a way to isolate that and make it. It's incredible. And now we have this weird tournament that's going on.
So, I don't know if he did. I need to see the second set of that inventory, but I think Baldwin actually missed the wand that Poulet is using on the second floor, which is interesting.
Golf wand?
Either he missed it or he didn't pick it up.
He may have ignored it because
yeah, it's possible.
It's a golf wand. No one really wants to see that one of all ones.
Yeah, so in this game, every familiar has a genus. It'll be water, wind, or fire. And there's accompanying equipment. Generally, our runners are looking for a wand because the main method of attack they're going to use is mixture magic, where their familiar casts magic on their weapon. And the strongest wand in the game that they're going to use, at least, is the Scarlet Wand, which boosts fire magic, as our starting familiar is a fire monster. So we saw that Baldwin opted not to pick up the Wind Wand, even though it would be a little bit of a DPS increase on certain monsters. whereas Poulet did. We've seen a little bit of interesting item pickups. I know they got a binding ball, which will be very, very helpful, as well as some white sand. And if you're confused about why they're taking their time and walking it through, it is because they need to build up items on the first 5 floors where it's relatively safe so that they can weather the storm on the later floors.
And this is the really goofy thing that a programmer actually found recently, is there's a new damage calculation that we know about. Are you aware of this at all, Dreamy?
Are you talking about how Mr. Magic is calculated?
Yeah.
Yeah, so...
That changes how we think about everything in this game.
Yeah, it adds a whole lot of layers of strategy. I know Sanae's talked about it a little bit in his previous casting, but essentially for the people who don't know, we've been kind of assuming that Mixture Magic is just, your familiar plus your attack mixed in with, a weapon modifier, and then that's how you get your damage after it takes away from the defense of the monster. It turns out that it is not a straight 1-to-1 as you and the monster level up. It turns out that your monster gets significantly less contribution after about level 10.
Yeah, level 11 I think is the peak or something.
Yeah, so for us, a big reason that we haven't been using things like Sea Seeds and Wind Seeds to change the monster genus as you go along through the tower, other than the fact that it's a little tougher to juggle the wands, is that Mixture Magic stops leveling up. But now that we know that it caps out at roughly around level 11, that opens the possibility of using Sea Seeds and Wind Seeds to turn your familiar into something better, along with a wand juggle to essentially make it so that some of these really, really difficult floors will be a lot more trivialized and safe.
Mm-hmm. Especially like what Poulet is doing on... Oh, okay, he didn't finish it. But I thought he was going to do the AI 1 strats and get the extra attack off. And like, if you have the type advantage, because like Pokemon, there's kind of a little triangle here of wind, water, and fire. If you were to always have a type advantage, you'll take like a third less damage with Quinny, and you'll be doing like a third more. And it's distinctive, like after a while, because like the top floors, we basically run away from everything. We don't ever want to fight killers or golems, especially golems. You don't want to fight golems at all. But when it comes to it, it's like, if we can just switch to water and kill the maximums and dragons, that's a huge change without thinking, oh wow, we're gonna be, like if you had fireballs and a water queenie, you basically can easily get through the top floors now.
Yeah, that's why we use the Scarlet Wand generally, is because it gives you so much early damage that you can essentially brute force your way, even with an elemental disadvantage, through a large portion of the game. And so to be able to then switch over on the later floors, we're going to go from like even heavy damage on the later floors to pretty much absurd damage, thanks to all the stacking boosts, at which point, we can deal with a lot of monsters that we previously thought we couldn't. A couple notes of how things are going. So, interestingly, we're seeing a big difference in playstyle right now. We've seen Fire and Water Crystal picked up now. Poulet playing it very safe and slow. I did just get a chance to see that it turns out his Gulf Wand was cursed. So, props to Baldwin on spotting that and avoiding that. But
well, he has no way of knowing, though.
I know he doesn't know, but he made the right call, apparently. So Poulet going to be struggling here, trying to find a decurse scroll in the meantime. Baldwin taking it very, very fast comparatively, so we're going to have to see how that pans out between the two of them.
Honestly, a bit uncharacteristic of Baldwin, because Baldwin normally is... He's probably the closest runner to me for like the AI 1 strats and whatever. And he tends to take a little bit more time, but right now he's booking it. Like, I've never seen him actually outpace Poulet before. Yeah,
he's actually really motoring. Poulet, not surprised that he's taking it slower. Poulet is a very methodical, very incredibly consistent player. I don't think anybody in these tournaments has hit 40 quite as many times as Poulet has. It's
really actually pretty true. Poulet is actually, this is legitimately probably like a grand final match that's probably happening here, but just early.
I said that earlier, that these are two people that we would have expected to see in the finals. There's a lot of people in this tournament that very, very high quality and who didn't make it quite as far because the competition has started becoming just so insanely stiff.
Yeah, and on top of that as well, is this like Dreamy said, like all of a sudden we have all these like really great players, it's only going to get better because now we know about that damage calculation. That's going to change up how we think about the game, and it's going to keep expanding, and it's going to be amazing.
Yeah, so we saw that Baldwin was sitting on that wood wand to see if he can get anything better, and he did pick up the scarlet wand. So he just swapped over. He's going to Sorry, I just woke up. He's going to have the ability to really start picking up the pace, even though he's already going blazing fast. He now has a wand that will allow him to take a lot of these fights head on. So we'll probably see him kill a couple Dreamins here to bring up his level, because he's very low level for how fast he's been moving.
Yeah, he's been skipping quite a bit.
Yeah, I don't foresee him looking for the blue collar at this pace with the way he's moving. But if he runs across it, I'm sure he is still pick it up. He is going up to the 12th floor, so we will find out if he's going to do that. It looks like he's taking a little bit of extra time here to explore. So yeah, he wants to bring his level up. He's feeling the burn of being so low. For example, Poulet, who is 4 floors lower, is actually the same level rate, or was the same level until he grinded out a bit. But yeah, he's going to take his time, level up a bit to bring his damage and safety up, and then we'll probably see him keep motoring and not stop for anything.
Yeah, and like Horza says in the chat, Baldwin actually was a winner with Horza in the 2v2 tournament we had.
Yeah.
So like he has made it to the finals before, and he's showing it right now, being on floor 12 to Poulet. Well, then again, to be fair, Poulet's gonna be skipping quite a few floors right now, just trying to get up as fast as possible. But at the same time, it's like, both of them are no strangers, because I think Poulet made it to the losers grand final, actually, the 2v2 tournament, looking at it.
Yeah, so floor 12 here for Baldwin. We're going to see if he... Oh, he does use the star glass, so he does want the blue collar, it seems. Or not? He's going right for the elevator, I think. I thought with the star glass he was going to go for it, but I think he's moving right for the elevator.
No one wants to see a Griffin. I'm going to do an AI. Trigger Happy Griffin.
That Griffin says, oh, you think you're clever, huh?
Hmm. He's probably going to be the one to take... Also, Baldwin Baldwin made possible, or... He made public how did the immortality glitch for the Tumnus fruit, which he has in his inventory right now.
Yeah, I need to look through a couple of these strats, because I'm behind on some of these.
So the Tumnus one is basically, are you aware you can get immortality for one tile, or on one tile, if you release Queenie back home?
I know I've seen people do it. I don't know the method.
It's basically you pick up Queenie, you bag them, or you make them return home, and then basically the game says you're immortal till you move off that hex of the square. If you feed Queenie a Tumnus fruit, it has the exact same effect, and you just bag Queenie, and then you just do stuff until you need to survive.
Interesting.
So, if you need to absolutely survive without releasing Queenie, you can technically get immortality, pick up all the monsters and throw them. And no one wants to see a frog trap, especially in a room with a griffin.
So that was a greedy move there that I probably would have done too. But I also died doing that. He backed up. The griffin was sleeping. He could have walked it into that elevator, but he chose to back up because I believe he wants the items in that room.
Earth Shield is good, Sand Knight. I still stand by it.
Poulet rocking all wind gear right now. There's something.
Baldwin being a little... Okay,
yeah, he doesn't
Baldwin
want any more
did not
traps.
check the elevator itself, which can have a trap beneath it.
Yep.
So...
This game is very clever in how it wants to screw you over.
Oh yes, there's a lot of numerous ways we've died. Some hilarious, some frustrating. You just gotta laugh it off and play the next match, kind of thing. Like there's no.
Yeah, items can also have traps under them, but they won't trigger until the second time you step on that tile. So you can be in an item room, rotating around, and think you're completely safe, and then you get got. Magic ball here. We're gonna see what it is. Oh, Kraken poisoned. That's lucky.
Yeah.
Thanks, Kraken.
Can we get applause or something for the good guy Kraken? One time he's actually cooperated with anyone in the entire tournament matches.
Yeah.
Ooh, Scarlet or Vital one. Oh, and there's a second poison trap.
So Vital Sword and Binding Ball picked up 2 good items for Baldwin. He picked up the sword because if he loses his familiar, that wand's going to be useless, and he wants something in his pocket just for safety's sake. and he is going to move on up to the 15. So almost a 16, the barong floor. Again, I don't foresee him stopping to make use of that. Even if he does run across it, I'm not sure that he will. I have to imagine he would, but with his pace right now, I wouldn't be surprised. Poulet closing the distance a bit here, only 3 floors behind now. He's starting to motor too. It looks like I don't know if he did pick up that Scarlet Wand, but he still has not found the Decurse Scroll, so he is stuck with his wind gear. It's very possible that we're going to see, maybe not this race, but probably this set for sure. I would believe that one of these two is going to hit 40.
Yeah, both of these competitors are extremely capable of doing that.
Yeah, and they're
then again,
really...
most people in the tournament who are left are all capable of getting to 440.
Yeah.
It's insane, some of them.
Yeah, I mean, this tournament has been full of surprises. I did not expect my competitor in that last race to hit 40, but he smashed it out, man. He played really, really well. And that's just kind of been this tournament. Everybody's kind of playing really, really well. And nothing surprises me anymore.
No, that was Gene Freak, right?
Yes, yeah, he played really well. I think I saw, or maybe it was Hextree.
No, it was Gene Freak.
No, I mean, I thought I saw him in chat, but no, it was Hextree. I was getting them mixed up.
No, Gene Freak's there. Purple.
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, there he is. Okay, hey,
Gene
shout out
Freak.
to Gene Freak for beating me up last race, you jerk.
I commented that.
Yeah, but yeah, he played really, really insanely well, and I kept waiting for the thing to be like, I thought I was doing pretty well. I kept waiting for that hey, you know, you won, you're good, and it never came. And I checked the stream after, and it was because he was hitting 40, he was killing it.
Mm-hmm.
So,
there's an instance with what was it, Fee versus
nope, that's man.
Poulet, and both of them were like floor 31, floor 30, and it's like,
oh wow, okay.
Wow, how are there not Minivas?
I am shocked. That is...
How is that?
An incredibly interesting set of RNG right there.
It makes you wonder if Poulet will be intimidated by that and just avoid it completely when he gets to floor 16 as well.
Yeah, I mean, I would have. I would not have been ballsy enough to try and step on one of those coins. Generally, around these floors, there's several sets of floors that the runners will know that Mana Weavers can spawn, and their special thing is that they can transform into items and ambush you. And so if you see a set of items that are the same side by side, you generally avoid them because it'll almost definitely be a Mana Weaver. And so if you see 4 in a row, it's a pretty decent bet that at least 2 of those are Mana Weavers, but apparently not.
See, this would have been a good opportunity for Poulet to actually do the immortality glitch and then throw both Griffins away. But instead, he threw the Tumina Fruit on the Griffin to try and get away from it. And I don't agree with him walking around willy-nilly with the Earth Shield on the fire floors. That's terrifying to me.
It's scary, but it's also possible that he doesn't know about that particular trick.
That's true.
He's having a tough time. We saw an egg pickup here on 17 for Baldwin. He's in the Arachne floors and the Garuda floors, so that egg is very, very possibly something insane. It is right on the spawn though, so if it is something totally insane, Poulet will also get to make use of it. So we're gonna have to hope for something good. Also, shout out to Sand Knight for a Mana Weaver that was an egg and had no item beside it because a Viper had eaten the other egg.
Yes, that was I've seen that happen before. I have not seen it in years.
Insane. I was like, wow.
Yeah, that's one instance where both of them share floors and they both end up comboing.
Yeah,
and that was during the not just the 40 tower climb. It's like floor 48. So like the Miniva did like 60 damage to.
Yeah, it was he was a 2-shot. It was wild, but yeah, all the runners in this tournament have been great. And playing super, super well. If you guys haven't and you can, I definitely suggest you go and watch through a lot of these races. Poulet here in a really, really bad spot. Just got blinded on floor 13 with, and he hits a monster too. This is, I think he might be dead here.
He has medicinal herbs still.
He needs this to run out like now. But yeah, that was not the position he wants to be in.
Nope. It's to the right. You have to look for the no. It's to the right. Look for the number.
He's running, which means he could lose his familiar here. Still a decent set of HP.
Okay, that's a smart thing to do, but I don't know if
smart.
I don't know if Salamander targets Queenie when you're blind.
Oh.
Yep, it did. Because you are controlling it, so if you don't know what your enemy... Oh, wow.
That's it, he's down. So, really unfortunate upset here.
Yeah.
Poulet down on floor 13. And I guess props to Baldwin, playing like a madman today, moving very fast. Paid off for him. Poulet killed by a really, really brutal blind trap.
Yeah, that was the worst possible outcome for that one.
So, I gotta say, this is not what I expected from these races. I really thought both of these would go up, or all of these would go up into the 30s, but the tower will sometimes just get you.
Yeah, that's always been the case. Is again, I'm not going to name the names, but I have seen 3 separate runners on random seeds all die in floor 2 at the same time.
Yep, I've gotten monstered end on too. I've had some. I've felt that experience, man.
Yeah. Also, I will post Disco reminder. Please contact me when you die in the tower to prevent spoilers. To the other runner. So we don't have a miss up on that one. Poulet typed in the spoiler channel.
Whoops.
Yeah, don't do that. There you go. So once we verify their seeds, we'll get them going on their second run.
Yeah.
Poulet does not plan on dying again, so he'll fix that. This game is so evil sometimes. And Sand Knight has to compete against the winner of this, so. Which is terrifying in its right. Let's see here. 93011.
Oh, apparently I forgot to unmute myself. That's unfortunate. I was talking. I said, I think I cursed Poulet by rooting for him, man. I'm giving him my bad luck.
Go, Baldwin! Let's go for game 3. Wait. Oh, I did not see the...
Gene Freak says it was coins pretending to be Manoweavus. That's right, man. That's what it was. Those tricky-ass coins.
I did not see Poulet's seed, did you? Oh, load the seed ending with 011. Okay, then that's fine, yeah. Yeah, I think the loser of this match goes to... Where is it? This is 26? Yeah, 26. So... Oh, no, the loser of this will be... Oh, wow, that's a bad thing. So the winner of this match will go face Sand Knight in the semifinals. The loser of this match will go to losers round 5 in the bracket. And they'll have to wait for the next opponent, either being Wooga or Kane the Brain. So that's terrifying.
Yeah, that's a good set of people. Holy cow. Also, here's a fun story for you guys. My girlfriend is so foreign. I had a city plow hit my car the other night, so I got a call from the police at 3:30 in the morning, waking me up, being like, "Hey, your car just got hit by a plow." I was like, "Oh, wonderful." And people have been asking for pictures, so I sent my girlfriend out to go take a picture because she was going to the store anyway. And I said, "Hey, make sure you take it on the right side because it's the passenger side, and I know that you're foreign and you think that's the other side." And she's like, "Yeah, okay, thanks for reminding me." And she goes out and she still took a picture of the driver's side like a ding dong.
Well, the thing is, like, cars are confusing. Anyway, on to the next one. They should be going soon. This is for anyone who's new here with the raid from Speed Gaming 2. This is Azure Dreams, a roguelike PS1 Mystery Dungeon style game. And it is a lightning in a bottle one-time thing that somehow has just become a perfect racing game. Also with the helps of programmer who's able to make a fixed seed tower So now both runners will be playing against the same tower, and they'll be getting the same 5 items when they go in, which will be medicinal herb, copper sword, wood shield, flame ball, and a random colored egg that will contain a plumpa. Thank you, Poulet, for naming. I realize what you're doing.
Wow. I'm rooting for my boy, and he names it after you instead.
I'm hurt. The fact he names them after me. The name game is very strong in this community when it comes to Queenie and Co. I guess we should explain the story of this game, because in case
so essentially your dad was there's this town in the desert, and it's where this tower is with all kinds of rare loot and monsters, and your dad was the most famous, super bestest monster hunter that there ever was, and he dies, and so you're like, I'm gonna go conquer the tower, and that's the game.
Pretty much. When you want Queenie Lucky, name Shawnee. No, to get Shawnee in this community means Queenie walked up and went an opposite direction and randomly died. You don't want Queenie to Shawnee. I am a verb in this community for that. Also, speaking of the community, we have a Discord link. If anyone's interested in learning this game, talking about this game, watching this game, or just chilling with a bunch of people who like this game, please feel free to visit. And I will plug our amazing runners.
I have it on good authority that Discord has the coolest people of any Discord. You heard it here first.
It also has Horza.
Calling him out. Right here.
Yeah. I love him so much. Anyway, so yeah, basically, like, we all have a lot of fun. We never maliciously bug people, but it is a lot of fun just to screw with other people, especially in race format when we're putting our money where our mouth is on that one.
Yep, and sometimes you talk smack and you lose. That's my
go up trap
for Poulet.
Yes, actually, Star Dragon's absolutely right. You can also build up a town and date waifus, but not in this one. There actually is a speedrun called Bookless or 100%. where you have to date all the girls, build all the things, grab all the stuff from the tower, and get to the top of the tower and finish it. The current record is 4 hours and 6 minutes, held by me. And I recently did a run without Garuda and got 4 hours and 9 minutes. So I wanted that run to be the world record, but nah.
Sounds like a quality run.
Oh, it was amazing. Everything went right. But I still couldn't beat the Garuda luck of having a Garuda first tower entry, then doing everything afterwards.
Yeah, that's wild. So it looks like, from Baldwin's side of things, that Poulet didn't really miss any items on that floor. I'm going to tell you from experience, though, that when you get a go-up trap on one of these first 5 floors, you're going to spend the whole rest of this run wondering how you got screwed and believing that you're going to lose.
Yeah. So
we're going to hope that he rolls with that punch. It's very easy to get in your own head and think either you're ahead or behind, and then you play differently. So the mental game is a big thing, and getting something like that can be really, really detrimental. We did see a big crit there on Poulet's side, so he's pretty low on each. Cyclone beat him up before he finished it off. So he's going to have to play a little bit safe here for a little while.
Mm-hmm.
Getting very, very low here. I think
he should
the AI one strat. So he should be able to finish it in the next hit. Oops.
I hope he... Okay, good.
Yeah, he's okay.
Yeah, the problem is if you don't get the experience when you should be getting the experience in the first 5 floors, everything, like, again, we can't stress this enough as well. Ko is extremely weak.
Yeah, that's why we saw Baldwin take the time to grind a bit, is because despite the fact that you're gaining less and less per level as you go, the difference between 1, 2, and 3 hits is enormous.
Mm-hmm. So. And that's why I not made, but I popularized the AI1 strats that a lot of people grew up doing and stuff like that. And then I kind of made a video on like how to do it. And basically using Queenie, you can get a couple free attacks in. Or if you wanted to, you can basically do 2 free attacks, have Queenie take 1, and then do the 3rd one, and then finish with mixture magic. So you can technically kill monsters you're not supposed to without Ko taking a hit. If you don't have those levels, you're still not going to kill the monster, and you're still going to have a bad time. So levels are very important in this game, but you don't need a lot of them. Like 24, I think, is when magic maxes out, or 25.
Yes, it's about 24-ish.
Yeah. So it's like, and it's a 40-floor tower, so theoretically, it's like You're gonna hit about 20, 21 maybe if you just go through the tower in the speedrun wise, but after that, maybe you'll get lucky and, get a couple Mazar seeds.
Poulet, picking up the decurse scroll, taking it with him this time. He doesn't want to suffer the same thing that he did last time. But yeah, so the way it works is that magic is your level times 4. So at about 24, you're at 99, and it caps out. And then for hashed monsters, when you throw an egg, it's Co's level plus 50. So that one has a little more wiggle room. But yeah, so generally, it's pretty easy to get levels on certain floors to kind of catch up, despite the fact that they don't really level, because there are monsters that are a little weak. And he gets a cursed wand again. He's going to sit on the decurse scroll, I'm sure, because he wants to wait and see if he gets a cursed shield too. But
yeah, I'm pretty sure he's quite hesitant after that first game with the wand and the Earth Shield both being cursed on him.
Yeah.
Oh, and there's the one right
finds
there.
Another wand, so we're gonna have to see what that is.
Yeah. It might be a win one because I think that's actually
what Baldwin picked it up. So
it's really weird to be able to know what's coming up in these races. Still, there's the win one.
So he's gonna ditch that. But yeah, monsters, as Shani was talking about, are fairly predictable, so you can kind of plan around expectations. There's a couple little pieces of it that are kind of weird and offbeat and only happen once in a blue moon, like I got to learn in my race. The one that knocks me out, that apparently if you Holy Bell and the monster is blind, they can suddenly attack again. And there was another one where I think it was V or Lady Dem, can't remember which one. They got to learn that it turns out that a bow troll will always shoot you no matter what, even if it's confused.
I think that was Lady Dem. I don't remember Fee falling into that one, but it could very well be.
It could be Lady Dem. Another decurse scroll, so he's going to go ahead and use this one. Keep the other one for safety's sake, but he is free of the curse for now. It's a horrible night for a curse. But yeah, so there's a lot of little subtleties mixed into the game, but for the most part, monsters are generally predictable, and you can plan around it, which is, as Santa would like to say, makes this kind of a puzzle game. Because you get yourself into bad situations and you have to kind of puzzle your way out.
And there's certain situations which, like I have no... Oh, there's a go-up trap.
I missed skipping those frames, but...
Yeah. There's a small menu that pops up when you go up with the elevator, but it doesn't appear when you go up the go-up trap. So theoretically, if you want to save those frames, you get 30...
And the go-up trap is also... the animation is much faster.
Yeah.
A little bit of a high five there. Our runners are much closer this time. I think both of them are taking it fairly moderately slow this time. I think Baldwin's slowing down because he knows that he has the advantage from winning the first race, so he gets to kind of take it slow here, knowing that even if he loses, he still has a game. And then on top of that, he doesn't need to play risky this time.
Thank you,
lots of traps.
It's 1/3 RPG, 1/3 dating sim, and 5/3 puzzle game. Oh, the warp trap.
It's a warp trap going for a fruit. Gonna change its AI to 1 so it doesn't move. Looks like he didn't get warped super far away, but
still, it's okay. It's
still a bit of a struggle. Oh, and a Mana Weave just in the home stretch after he fought a Cyclone. He's probably gonna lose his familiar here. Unfortunately, because
he should be fine if he fires a fireball.
Oh, can he hit him from there?
Yeah.
Oh, I think he hit the wrong Manoeva though. Good throw.
Oh,
good
what
throw.
a save!
Poulet always one to find that one small play that will make him the safest he can possibly be. I didn't even have that in my head.
Though. No.
Yeah, you have to get in the room.
Oh, so he chose return. He didn't choose. He should throw the wind seed. That's the next. Yeah, there you go. There's the next play. Yeah, he's hesitating. He doesn't want to do this right now, but.
Yeah, this is gonna make the the 10 floor is really tough.
Oh,
Yeah, it keeps attacking the wrong thing. Oh, and he does die anyway. All that work, and he still lost his familiar because of bad AI on the familiar. Starting familiar living up to, and it was a lava fruit. It wasn't even anything good. Now that is the most heartbreaking thing.
And a holy bell.
I mean, the holy bell was worth it, but he specifically went for that fruit, and that's what got him.
Well, let's see what happens on Baldwin's side, because he's nearing that fruit there too.
Oh yeah, this could be bad for. Yeah, there it is. So he hits the warp trap.
Oh, and Medivh just at the right time. This is what is so bad about this, is like, we know what's coming up, so we're like, oh look, there's that fruit in the corner of the room. Oh no.
Yeah, I remember when I was rewatching the my race against Gene, we both had a treasure room, and there was actually a go-up trap that Gene hit right away that I danced around the entire time, and my familiar ended up sniffing it out like 2 steps from me leaving anyway.
Will he survive it? Queenie has 5 life right now on Baldwin's side, but he let Queenie still walk. There's no elevator in that room. We know that.
That's so risky.
Yeah, he has to find an elevator first.
I think he saw that there was a Mana Weaver coming to the room, so I think he thought he had a better chance of his monster surviving. Oh, and it's fighting a bloom. 2 steps from safety. Literally 2 steps from safety, and he loses monster. So this went from a really dangerous situation for Poulet to a dangerous situation for both of them. This is now a real race here. We're gonna get to see. So there's a mentality change when you lose your familiar. It goes from how can I play safe to how can I get as high and as fast as possible to try and save myself from the fact that I am very unlikely to find a holy scroll, or not a holy scroll, a restore scroll. So they have to kind of plan for not being able to get their familiar. If they do find an egg at this point, you can try and hatch it. We saw Poulet get cursed again. So he now has no more decurse scrolls. But yeah, in this situation, you just have to kind of try and move as fast and as high as possible and hope that you can build enough of a lead on your opponent that if they don't lose their familiar in the same spot, that you still get farther than they do.
Did we explain on how the loss happens? Like what constitutes as a loss if they're on the same floor?
Okay, so yeah, the rules for this tournament, obviously, if you get to floor 40, you win. For the most part, though, first, because we can't have 2 winners. But essentially, it's unlikely that they're going to hit 40 for the most part, so the way it works is that they're going to try and climb as high as possible, and the first person to reach any floor will win if it comes down to a draw. So if they both hit floor 10, both die on floor 10, the one who got there first will win. There is also a time limit. This is a speed game after all, so they get an hour to try and get as far as they can. So if someone gets, if Poulet gets to 34 and dies, and Baldwin is taking it super, super mega slow, and he gets to 33, and he's so close to 34, but he times out, that's still a loss.
Yep.
We did see that, unfortunately, because Baldwin hadn't suffered through the curse, he never bothered to pick up any of those decurse scrolls. So he is now stuck with that cursed steel sword. Oh, he did pick it up. He just hasn't used it yet. I think he's also trying to save it for when he finds a shield, very shield light seed on both of these. I think they spent both of them with the wood shield the entire time. Other than Poulet, who picked up the wind shield, but Baldwin didn't want that. Bad situation here for Baldwin. He's going to have to do some U-boat dancing here. So U-boats, they can submerge into the ground, and while they're there, you can step on them or move them around. And that's what we call U-boat dancing. So he's going to try and stop it from coming up for air and beating him up. Poulet's still moving at a decent pace here. Starting to run a little bit low on items, but he does have a couple white sands that he can use to buff up his magic balls. 2 U-boats here and a clown. He's going to put them together. So the good thing about doing this, if you can manage it, is that only one of them can come out at a time now. So if he makes a misstep, monster den! Now this is
a problem.
Bad. He does have the holy bell. But if he uses it, he's going to take a hit from one of the U-boats.
Oh my
I think he's dead.
Sand Knight, what did you do?
Yeah, Sand Knight.
Like, wow.
On this seed. He does have a lot of items here, but the problem is time is short when you have 4 monsters, 5 with the second U-boat, but it's not going to get to attack on that first turn. Staring him down right now. He's going to have to start taking some hits, but he doesn't have a lot of HP. Lowdown, actually very lucky here, as long as it misses. Oh, and he does take the hit. Better than taking damage, though. He did get away from the monster den, but all of those monsters are going to be walking.
That's going to hurt,
Does take the U-boat hit. He needs to find the elevator now.
Damage too.
He's about to get pinched again.
Yeah, so, there's all the monsters coming from the monster den.
Oh, he does find the elevator. He needs to wait a turn here, I think.
No, he needs the Holy Bell.
I would have played that differently. I think if he could have waited and then danced with the U-boat, and I think he would have been okay.
If there was a sleep trap along the way there, like he would have immediately died.
Right.
That is the safest possible thing to do.
Yeah.
That obviously was not discovered by Poulet exploring the floors, so that's the difference of which way they went.
That is incredibly good that he got out of that. I really can't stress enough. There was so much that could have went wrong there. There's so many choices that would have led to him being dead, and he found a way out. So props to Baldwin for that. Really, really talented stuff. Poulet hits a go-up trap. Very lucky.
Yeah.
See if Baldwin gets as lucky.
Or sorry, 13-14. And one Kraken there, but he does...
I think he's just going to bind or sleep it. Yeah, he's going to sleep it again.
I think he's going to sleep it, I think.
Oh, he's going to Oleum it. I think he's worried that his sleep ball is getting low. He's been using it quite a bit.
Also, sleep is not guaranteed for anything more than, like...
I think it's one turn.
Really.
Yeah.
Also, the reason we're not using Baldwin's audio is... Or not, sorry, Poulet's audio is if Poulet were to run audio at the same time, his emulator crashes for some reason.
Yeah, he's had a lot of trouble getting his setup working.
Which is why we're currently listening to Baldwin's audio right now. And look at all those swords.
Ooh, ow! So swords cut your defense. Not that he has a lot anyway. He is going to have to use his Holy Bell. I agree with that.
Yeah.
It's a rough spot. He is starting to run out of resources here, so he's going to have to hope that he can find some stuff along the way. He does have a 5-floor lead, which when you don't have a familiar is quite a bit, but oh no.
He took the wrong path.
Yeah.
He should try to sleep and then walk away.
So he does still have sleep.
Yeah, he still has sleep.
He also has that Tumino fruit, which will help him the next time he runs into something, but he's definitely starting to get low on resources. He really needs to find some item pickups or he's going to run out. Not that Baldwin has a whole ton either, but he does have more. Does find an egg. That could be a Gruta egg. He's going to use the Truth Glass. What is it? It's a Dreamin'. The literal worst thing it could possibly be.
Or anything worse? Actually, no. If you throw that as a chance of at least doing some damage against the Kraken, the worst egg you can ever find is a Picket.
Is it Picket Floor? It might actually be.
I think
very low chance for Picket. Yeah, I think he's in that range. So ideally, there were 2 monsters that were fairly high chance here that he could have gotten. 3 if you count the Kraken. That would have been very useful.
Does Baldwin find a goat trap?
Garuda would have been the best, followed by U-Boat. Would have also been super, super good.
That's a mistake.
Kraken would have been very solid, and instead he got a Dreamin', which is...
the worst.
Yeah, the worst. So, very unfortunate. He is absolutely not going to hash that. He's going to save it for an egg bomb. He does make it to 16. Important to note again, 16 is the Barong floor. So, he's going to seek one out, hopefully, because it means that he can fish for better items. He does want to know how much the sleep is. Sleep all 5, that is humongous. That means he started with 7 and he pumped it up.
Yeah.
So
he still has 1 white sand with him as well, too.
Yeah, so he's got 6 sleep ball charges. I would have picked up some of those copper coins.
Just to block the Medievus?
That and to see if I could find a Barong to feed some stuff, because he doesn't really have anything that he can throw away right now.
Yes. Baldwin is notorious for never sorting his menu.
That's...
What he picks up is in order.
Only villains do that.
Yes, don't do that. Don't be like Baldwin. Sort your inventory, because that always drives me insane. Because he threw an egg. Oh, there's the Dreamin' egg we were of.
I think he should still have the truth glass too, so he'll get to identify it.
Yeah, and we can see here on Poulet's side, he's just going to be trying his best to nuke these troll swords to get some experience. Double level there because he is so under-leveled at this point.
I know we said level matters before, but it double matters when you're
lucky miss on Baldwin's side, though.
Baldwin did get that pickup. He's getting a bit low. This is getting a little hairy. He has closed the distance insanely fast. Last time I looked, he was like 4 floors behind. He's down to 2.
Oh look, it's the most greatest thing. Oh!
Oh no! So this is a bad situation. Poulet actually has to look for that picket now.
If
I don't
he
think
wants
he can
to
afford. Yeah, I don't think he can afford to leave that floor. That's probably Manaweeba.
Ooh, that's a sleep.
Slow
That's
trap.
a sleep. Or so slow. Oh dear.
This is
Holy Bell?
bad.
I would use a Holy Bell.
That should.
Oh no,
okay.
it's 2 spaces away. So if it's still okay, he's good. He killed the troll.
Good. But he needs those charges for the picket.
That was yeah.
Oh, this is so unfortunate. Or egg bomb. Yeah.
He's gonna egg bomb with the plump egg.
Oh, and it works. Oh, good. That's not the right one.
No. You could. Oh. Okay.
Didn't steal. Okay. Baldwin also in a bit of a tough situation here.
Oh, those pickets. That's so good.
Yeah. And he's gonna give up the sleep ball. I don't know about this one. I think you sit on the elevator and hope you get another shot. I wouldn't leave until I was forced to.
I think he is doing that. Then there's that troll, so I think that's going to force him up.
Oh, no. That's so bad.
Baldwin currently sitting around a very bad situation right now.
Yeah, Baldwin's in a bad situation, but he does still have that sleep ball, so he doesn't
it just ran out of charge.
Oh, it did? Oh, so he's been using it a lot more. That's probably how he got up.
And there's a Kraken come down the hallway.
This might actually be what Poulet needs to take this to a third game.
Oh my gosh.
Against all odds, man.
Oh, wow.
Big miss.
That's a big miss. What's he gonna do? Because there's a sleep ball 0, so he's out of that.
Gene Freak says, I don't even know the button to sort the inventory. I don't care. Oof.
Yeah.
I'm gonna. I think we need to start throwing out some bans here.
Yeah. Oh my
Get rid of
goodness.
all these community villains.
Can he kill anything? Like what do you do? Like we know it's a dreaming egg. If you were to egg bomb, it'd be worthless.
It's wind, so it might still just barely be able to kill one of the Krakens.
No, like it's
Nope. It's
a dreaming.
Yeah, that's it. So Poulet takes game 2.
All right, we're going to game 3.
Woo! That was
a horrible match for Baldwin.
Set. Yeah, wow. That was a cursed seed if I ever saw one. Sand Knight working that voodoo doll, man.
Baldwin and Poulet. Why does Poulet have his own role? Oh, never mind.
Wow, wait. So you're telling me Poulet has his own role?
No, I was highlighting the Discord thing, so it looked like it was a different color.
Okay, I was gonna say, I don't even get to have a role signifying my wife? Come on.
Oh, selfie?
Shoutouts in chat if you think I deserve to let everybody know that I am Selfie's one and only husband. The only one.
So Poulet says, expletive, who wants a windshield is all he had to say about that scene.
Yep.
Yeah, there's 0 shields.
Yeah, we've seen, other than that windshield in game 1, there's been 0 shields. 0.
Yeah.
That is wild.
Maybe they should learn AI 1.
Maybe. Shields and swords and wands all have a fairly high drop rate in the tower. So to not see one is bonkers. I am assuming you have voodoo power. That is absolutely what I am implying.
Yeah, he got to Viper Town, 420. That's actually really staggering that both these players, out of both of them, this is the first time we saw those green floors at floor 20.
Yeah, that's
like
insane.
I would have honestly assumed with these 2 particular players that it would have been like 31, 33 or something, and whatever. It's like no.
I think Baldwin
low because apparently I make really bad seats for this game now.
I think Baldwin was at 21 in the first game when he died, or when Poulet died.
Oh, was he just above it?
He was just above it. He just got there. It was because he moved.
2579.
I think he hit like an. He just barely got there at the end. I'm fairly certain. But yeah, very lucky turnout for Poulet here. He had he was in a really bad spot since he lost his familiar first. He got very lucky that Baldwin made that same unfortunate mistake. And Baldwin, 2 steps from escaping it, and it probably would have cinched him the win. But now we get to go to a game 3.
Yeah. Just to post our Discord link again, if anyone's interested, please join. You don't have to be a speedrunner. We're happy to have casual viewers, people who want to be notified of the tournaments. We'll always post in the stream. Oh, yes, right. You just tell me that, man. No. That's not how that works. No. There you go. That button. Now. There you go. And if anyone wants to learn about this game or speedrun it, please let us know. We're always happy to have new runners, new members. We're nearing 400 members of the Discord server. It's really crazy how far it's grown. But this is going to be a heck of a third match as well. Both runners are currently going to go quickly use the bathroom, and we'll commence. I have to go get a drink, so I will leave that to Dreamy while I go get a drink.
So make sure you all show your support in chat for the runner that you think is going to win, or that you want to win. I'm rooting for Poulet, if you guys didn't know. Shoutouts to Poulet. Good man. I hope he wins. Screw that Baldwin guy. I hope he loses. I'm kidding. But not really. I am rooting for Poulet, but also I hope Baldwin does well. I want to see these guys go to 40. I want to see a really exciting set of matches. Baldwin and Poulet, both amazing runners, amazing people. You should all join the community. We would love to have you. Let's see. What is chat saying? Hardcore third game challenge. Yeah, it's gonna be a crazy race. This is so stressful, man. If you ever do these races, it's really hard because you're not allowed to watch your opponent. You can't tell if they're ahead or behind, and it gets in your head, man, and you make weird decisions. Looks like Horza's supporting his boy Baldwin. They're Horza, like me, supporting the person that he played with the 2v2. And hard enough getting past the 3rd floor. It's a tough game, man. If you don't know a lot of these speedrun tricks, if you don't have a lot of experience, this game is brutal. It's so hard.
Yes, it is. Normally the game, we actually forgot to explain, but we'll explain it again when we explain the rules and stuff. But the game expects to die around floor 6 when the water monsters come up. Poulet is going to be restarting his game. The emulator crashed because...
Yeah, this game is so brutal. Here's a crazy thing about this game, man. And this is one of the meanest things that the designers could have done. Is in this game, it's very important that you exit the tower if you get eggs and stuff, because the only way that you can keep a monster that you find, eggs are super rare. Super rare. If you get a good egg, your thought is, oh my god, I have to get out of this, can't risk dying, and so you'll bum out as soon as you can. But there's actually no easy way to get out of the tower. The only way that you can get out of the tower, you either sacrifice a familiar with an Olim fruit, or you use a wind crystal. And this game is so mean. In the very lengthy tutorial at the start of the game, it does not even tell you how to leave the tower outside of getting killed. And then on top of that, it does not give you a wind crystal, so you can't even kind of figure it out. You just have to find a wind crystal along the way and read the description to see that, oh, hey, this lets me leave the tower. So on your first run, 90% of people, maybe more, are not going to find a wind crystal and are just going to get killed and be like, okay, but how do I not die?
Well, easy. You just get to the floor 40, right? What we're doing every single time. No.
You just get to floor 40 on the first run.
Yeah, which is, I want to stress this enough when people want to learn to speedrun this game or play it casually or do whatever, pick up this game. Don't expect to do that. The best easy goal to do, or quote unquote easy, but a good goal to do, is try to get the blue color on floor 12 on first entry. At that point, you go through the water floors. You get a little bit into the Krakens. You had to find resources, and honestly, it's a good little thing to do. And then that way, you can like be reassured that like next time, go to floor 15, go to floor 20, and you just keep upping the floor, and then do that. Honestly, it's like, don't expect to ever get to floor 40 for a good while. This game's extremely difficult and punishing, and if you do want to do an 80% run, we don't accept the randomizer ones on the leaderboard just yet. We're still working at the rules on that. But if you were to do a normal any percent run with the tutorials and all this other stuff that's normally on, try your best. Get up to like, floor 20. Let's say you get to floor 26, you're about to die. Just win crystal out, go back in, and then go to 40 or go to 38 and then win crystal out. Get your first run on the leaderboard and then race against your own time. And then you'll eventually get better and better and better. Because like both Baldwin and Poulet, I'm pretty sure Baldwin actually is, let me just check before I put my foot in my mouth. I know a lot of people here can correct me easily. I'm pretty sure, yeah, Baldwin is the current record holder for 80%.
There you
with
go.
A disgusting time of 34:07.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I want to say, if you're interested in this game, if you want to play it, if you want to speedrun it, play it vanilla first. It's worth it. This game
It's also
is
just a great game to play casually.
It is so charming. It's absolutely worth playing. Even years later, it's so fun, and it has so much heart. It's really worth it.
Yeah, that's honestly like Dreamy said, the game doesn't actually explain how to lead, even if you listen to the tutorial. If you happen to find the wind crystal, it says use this to return home. Like, oh, that's how.
Baldwin making the choice not to pick up a water ball. Strange choice, I think, now that I've learned that apparently. Okay. Water, it also it makes it so that fire monsters do like no damage.
Yeah, you actually can take on a killer at like floor 33 with a water ball.
Yeah, I used to think it was useless until I saw, I think it was Sand Knight.
No, Darcis in a tournament match first did that. Then everyone started copying him, but he was the first one. He's like, "Hey guys, look what I could do." We're like, "Oh my goodness."
Yeah, I think it was I saw it. Sand Knight though was the first one that I personally saw do it. And yeah, I saw that it makes fire monsters do no damage, and I was like, "Oh, okay. Well, I need to reevaluate that I skipped that ball." But apparently, Baldwin says no. I don't care.
Yeah, and it's again just gonna plug our runners there, and if you guys are interested in us, hey, we're also people.
Yeah, give us a follow.
Yeah, but like,
hang out.
This is legitimately
it's awesome.
Like, of all the speed games I run, this has to be one of the most fun ones because, again, you can't get too angry at the tower. Yeah, it sucks to lose a PB and stuff like that, but you have to just laugh it off because, like, you will comedically die. You won't just die. Things will go completely wrong in every direction. And you just have to sit there, you look at it, and go, well, it can't get worse the next run. And then it will, because this game hates us.
Yeah. And then you get a monster down at floor 2, and you go, why? Why does this happen?
We should also explain the rules again for any new runners or any new people watching.
Sure. So this is a roguelite dungeon crawler. They're trying to make their way all the way up to floor 40. Whoever reaches a floor first will have the advantage on that floor. So if they both die on the same floor, whoever got there first will win. It is a best of 3, taking the sum total of the victories. And if you are the first to floor 40, you win. There is an hour time limit to prevent them from slow playing it all the way to the top. So they do get forced to move pretty quickly. And right now we're in a deadlock. It's 1-1. This is the final game, and hopefully one that will go higher than the previous ones. It's been very, very difficult on them.
That poison trap.
We're going to hope to see floor 40 on this game.
Well, Ko gets his rib broken every morning by Nico.
Yeah, the dropkick queen.
Yeah. Which I find absolutely comical. There's a small fan-based lore in our Discord where that's the reason he's level 1 every time, is he keeps waking up with a
beats the levels out of him.
It's not the magic is resetting it. It's just he has to like spend all his energy healing.
Yeah, he's like crippled.
Yeah, welcome to the Azure Dreams.
Another fire crystal here. So
That's quite good, but the problem is fire crystals can soft lock. They're kind of still relatively unknown, and they can't hit monsters which are standing on items.
yeah, fire crystal, surprisingly rare item that we're seeing pretty commonly here. We've seen a lot of the rare crystals. Usually when crystal will spawn, I'd say like 8 out of 10 times, then 1 out of 10 for the water and 1 out of 10. Another Poulet go up trap on the early floors.
You know, one thing,
Man.
like we want to explore the first 5 floors. We want those items, and if you don't have those items, you're not going to have a good time because all of a sudden you're a low level, you're unequipped, and you don't have resources, and that's a bad thing.
Yeah, luckily for Poulet, twice in a row now, we got to see that he hasn't really missed anything. But again, the mental game on that is so bad, especially the second time. Like, that's really tilting. So, but luckily, Poulet, a very solid player, doesn't get rattled very easily. Paralyzed 1, but it is cursed. Live shield +2. So after no shields for 2 rounds, we finally got to see some good shield for them. So we're gonna see Poulet definitely pick up that wand, assuming there's not another go up trap, and he's gonna get cursed as well. He doesn't use it yet.
No, he's
Smart.
hesitant.
Smart. No, he does. Oh, there it is. Poor Poulet. He can. Oh, he did have a decurse scroll. Okay.
So they both picked it up. All right.
All right. Yeah. So Poulet sniffing out those curses, man, like it's his job.
Yeah, despite Sante.
Yeah, so even with the -1 on it, Paralyzed 1 is still probably the best one that he's going to get, unless he can find a Scarlet. Thanks to its low probability to paralyze on hit. Oh, there you go. Look at that. As I say it, paralyze monsters when they attack, which can be really invaluable.
Yeah, and the thing is, this game is so weird. Like, we saw them with the first 2 games not getting any defense. They're now walking around sporting equivalent of the Diamond Shield.
Poulet saying, screw it, I'm moving fast this time. Changing up his strat. Ooh, that's a yucky spawn.
That is a lot of Minivas.
So normally you explore the first 5 floors. It's almost 100%. Like, you just do it. Poulet got to go up trap, and then hit floor 5 and said, screw it, I didn't get those items. I don't need these items. I've got what I want. And he is just motoring. He wants to just play it fast this time and go for the win that way.
Yeah, and there's Baldwin just wrecking house of all the clones and stuff like that, just ripping them apart. I really want to see them to have a life wand. Not a Scarlet wand, because that's a little bit not overpowering, but like obviously that's kind of what we're used to. Baldwin there looking at his map by holding down the select button. You can't do that. Most times you memorize where you have to go.
So when it comes to the hierarchy of wands, the train wand is the best wand in the game, but it's so rare and difficult to power up that you're probably never going to see it in one of these. Followed by the Scarlet wand, assuming that you're keeping your starting familiar as a fire familiar. It is the strongest wand that you're going to get. It does a ton of damage and lets you pretty much 1 and 2 shot a lot of these monsters. And then the third one would be a life wand, which for every 8 damage you do, you gain back an HP after attacking, so it lets you become incredibly tanky and play it very, very safe.
Yeah, and that's like the 3rd go-up trap in these 6 or the 5 floors so far. Like, there's been a lot of them.
A ton of them. Poulet finally finding the elevator, so he's gonna... he skipped floor 5, and he actually only has a lead. So floor 5 must have been pretty barren on items, so it looks like he got rewarded for skipping it. Malicious Scroll here for Poulet. That will help him. It'll let him confuse a monster.
I should also stress as well, like, all this is possible because of Programmer. Simple as that.
Yeah,
but here's the link to the website. Again. I can't list the features anymore, which are capable of doing in this. It was a D randomizer, as you finally officially called it.
So one of the things that this I'm going to shout out a couple of these features that I think are really, really amazing. This lets you customize the game into however you want to play it. If you have a favorite monster, you love unicorns, you can start with the unicorn as your starting familiar. And another one of the really, really amazing, cool features that I think the game should have had to begin with. There are a lot of really cool spells in this game that you are never going to see and never going to use because if it's not your monster's base ability, it doesn't level up. No matter how hard you try and make it work, a lot of really amazing spells are just going to be totally useless because you can't level them up. One of the features it does, you can set it so that any spell on your monster will level up, adding a whole ton of depth to this game. So you can have all kinds of spells. You can start with whatever monster you like, and you can just make the game however you want to play it. He also, not only can you do all of this among a whole giant slew of other really, really cool features, he actually did put a second tower in the game. So originally they planned to have 2 towers in the game. The second one was supposed to be much harder and extend the life of the game. They didn't get to finish it. Programmer has said, hey, I'm going to make it workable. And so now you can go and you can face the second tower, and you can do it even using all these other cool features. So it really adds a ton of depth, a ton of life to the game. Even if you played it before you finished it, you think there's nothing new for you, there is a ton of cool new stuff. So absolutely go give it a try, play around with it, and give Programmer a pat on the back when you see him, because he's done an amazing set of work for this community. Mm-hmm. And I really can't stress that enough.
This whole term is because of him. Like we honestly thought, and we asked around in different forums and stuff, would this be possible? And it was like, no. It's like, that's impossible. And again, Programmer sat down and went, I could do this. And he approached us. We're like, wow. That's amazing. And then he's only done more with it. It's amazing. Like, I love it.
Sand Knight calling out Shawnee in chat. If you like pickets, you can go and install. Oh, it looks like there's going to be a second tower race in our community tomorrow evening.
Yes.
Definitely don't miss that. You see some really wild, really crazy stuff in the second tower. It is very fun to watch.
Poulet's emulator is lagging. He might have to... he's going to save state, which we don't normally allow, but he's going to have to quit and load it, so it no longer does this. Otherwise, he's moving at 1/8 the speed.
Yeah,
so he's going to quickly do that, but if he were to die otherwise or do whatever, this is just unfortunately his computer.
Yeah, sadly.
Can't do too much about that one, but...
Oh, there's Programmer. What's up, man?
Programmer.
Good to see you. Thank you for everything. You're a wonderful guy. And yeah, this game, surprisingly intensive on the emulator, so
yeah,
stuff like this is not uncommon. I have a $3,000 computer and it still runs a little janky on mine. Okay,
so Poulet will have to completely reset. Baldwin might have to stop for a bit. So this is the camaraderie in the community, is Baldwin's offer to basically stop playing until Poulet is back and ready. So props to him on that one.
There we go, he's resetting, okay.
Yeah, he might actually have to completely reset his computer.
Oh, so, okay.
Yeah, so the stream might go down for a bit. We'll see what happens. But Baldwin's just gonna, once it catches up to where he was, basically, he's gonna just wait. But there's still an hour time limit. I don't know if too much matters. It's only gonna be 30 seconds. But
yeah, let's hope that resetting his emulator will do it.
Okay. So yeah, this is the good sportsmanship of this community as well. No two opponents are ever going to be bitter to each other. We actually have a really good community. We always wish the best for the other runner. It's always nice. It's always a good thing.
Yeah, it is, honest to God, one of the best communities I've come across. Very positive. Very friendly. Everybody's super nice, super cool. I think if you're on the fence, if you're worried about not being social, just join. You'll have a good time. Looks like that did fix it for Poulet, so we're going to give Baldwin the go-ahead to keep going. And thankfully, we didn't have to do a full computer reset, so we're going to get back into it.
Unfortunately, that is just, again, Poulet's computer. You can't do too much about that. Honestly, I'm happy to go to, what is it? 1 hour, 1 minute, and 30 seconds or something. How long it took for that?
We'll say 1:02.
If it comes to time, whatever. They both had to stop and do whatever. And you can see them talking back and forth. They're actually, this is with the leg on their end. And Baldwin missed the attack after all that.
Whoops.
Whoopsie doodle. Oh, that's not bad. The race is back on. Good sportsmanship by both. Congrats to both of them for that. I legitimately love this community for that.
Yeah. Poulet's sitting on 3 win seeds. Fun fact.
Oh wow! So he can.
Yeah, he is stacking them up. Getting a little bit low here because that bow troll, again, like we talked about, it will only shoot you.
Yeah.
It doesn't care about your familiar. Levels up to 8. Another decurse scroll. So not only is he good at finding the curses, he's finding the decurses as well.
Mm-hmm.
So it looks like Baldwin has closed the distance now, despite Poulet moving very quickly. So it's going to get...
What are wind seeds? Wind seeds, there's a triangle of elements. There's
another
fire,
go-up trap.
That's number 4 now. There's fire, wind, and water for genuses, or the types the monsters can become. Think of it like Pokemon, the triangle. So wind beats water, water beats fire, fire beats wind. You can throw on enemies and turn them into wind creatures, which you're good against when you have Queenie with fire mixture magic.
Oh, unfortunate crack trap here.
Yeah, thankfully he can just pick up Queenie.
He's going to keep on moving. Speaking of 3s, if you guys have been playing 3 houses, make sure to drop which house you picked and which one you think is the best.
Well, that's easy. It's Blue Lions.
Oh, that's not a bad choice. I don't mind that choice.
Oh, a familiar bell. If a warp trap happens, they'll be fine this time.
Familiar bell, surprisingly underrated item. Warp traps are some of the highest percentage killers for your familiar, so being able to curb that is so useful.
We also saw in the beginning of the race, the players actually put Queenie behind them, like 100%, so they follow in their path. That's so Ko hits the traps, not Queenie. Because if you have Queenie to the back right of yourself, and if he hits a paralysis trap or something, well, that's the one you pick him up and you have to deal with him. If he hits a warp trap, there's no chance of you getting him back. So that's even worse because you want to hit the warp trap more than Queenie. Because if Queenie hits it, you don't see where he teleports to.
Ooh, egg pickup here on the 12th floor. That also means we're probably going to see him go looking for the blue collar here.
Yeah.
He does have the truth glass, so let's see what it is. Volcano egg.
That's better than dreaming.
Better than dreaming, so another paralysis one. Is he going to roll the dice on it? He is, and it is not cursed. Is he really going to skip the collar here with that second egg? Yes, he is.
I appreciate that, Sunday.
We see someone in chat who likes the Black Eagles. You are a villain. That's a bad decision. You should feel bad.
No, everyone has a right choice. Some are more righter than others.
Exactly. Another big blind trap here for Poulet. Luckily, he wasn't in a monster room this time, but...
Yeah, the thing is also, we see here on Baldwin's side, he did a misstep, and he actually ended up taking a shot from the bow troll, or troll bow, whatever you want to call them. Because the problem with that is they will always aim if they're in a straight line. And I would not... Okay, I would have done that. Ooh, a miss from Queenie. That's a good waste of a turn there.
He does have a high ground, so he should be okay here. Ooh, 2 monsters defending a magic ball. He might loop around here, but
yeah.
Given the way he's been playing, I think Poulet is just gonna... He's not going back for anything. Oh, yes, he is apparently. I'm wrong.
Why would you? I guess the wand I understand, but like, the life shield at this point is so strong. Unless it's a mirror shield, I wouldn't really ever look for him.
Yeah, I wouldn't either.
Because mirror shields, for those who don't know, have a 70% chance of reflecting magic. So stuff like fire spells coming from the monsters or the stat spells from the wind monsters, they'll just reflect and go back to whoever cast it on them. So you can breathe a little bit.
He went back for the ball and it was a water ball. Oops.
And he put it back down. He actually disregarded his other water ball as well on the previous floor.
Yeah.
So neither of them were using the water ball, which I'm kind of upset about because they have inventory space. Like, that's the first thing to go. If not,
I'm shocked at that as well. But these guys are, they're the ones in the winners bracket, so you gotta accept that they're making their choice. And yeah, we did see Poulet survive the blind trap this time. That's got to feel really good for him after losing that first race to a blind trap. Building a bit of a lead here again, getting 2 floors up on Baldwin right now. Trap loop, leather shield. Oh boy. He did pick it up. He's going to have to throw that away later. Uses the trap loop just to be safe. Coming up on 16, I don't expect him to take time to use a barong unless he...
Unless it happens to be in front of him, I don't see him doing that.
Yeah, he's been skipping everything. Especially after going back to that ball and seeing, oh, same blind trap for Baldwin, but he's okay.
He just ran for it straight ahead.
Yeah, he ran. That was ballsy, man. Holy cow.
Also, the Kraken turned left there. We actually know how the enemies move in this game for those. There's some exceptions every now and then. All the monsters are over the traps there. He's going to have to loop around, I think. But the thing is, if you always think of the monsters holding their left hand to a wall like the maze rules, they'll always follow that path. So you saw on Baldwin's side, they both took right, which on their action is a left. And they'll curve around and...
oh, he didn't even feed the Leo Lamb to his familiar. He's like, whatever.
Yeah, honestly, you should, just for the sake of...
Yeah, you never know if that 3 or 4 MP is going to cost you or not.
Well, not that. Like, he's on the floor 16 now. He should have taken the Leo Lamb for at least for this floor.
Oh, yeah.
Nope, 1 free hit from the Garuda, which does hit a lot, actually.
Yeah, they're surprisingly strong for a wind monster. Even when they're hitting your familiar, they hit like a truck. They're all offense.
Water creatures are actually probably the most offensive, ironically. Glaciers and whatever, like, they hurt a lot. Vipers hurt a lot. But they're very few and far between.
I mean, I would say fire, because you have killer and dragon in that category.
Well, the thing is, I know, but you can actually deal with them because fire versus fire is neutral. You really
you're talking the speedrun setting, okay.
Yeah, like, you really can't fight very well versus the water ones, but again, now that we know the damage calculations are a thing, that's a limit. He's gonna, just gonna leave it. Baldwin on 15.
Poulet attack walking, he doesn't want to get warped. He didn't go looking for a barong. He doesn't care. He is on go mode right now.
Yeah. Go mode, compared to
kill.
other games, I would have gotten the picket there, because if it wakes up, it's going to try to steal from you. Oh, the bubble trap actually doing something!
Just a level 1, thankfully. Poulet saying this is 100% go mode. He doesn't care. He's not taking any timeout for anything else, even the free stuff. Interesting. Nice warp trap.
Poulet hitting the warp trap in celebration. There's actually no reason to hit it. I think he was just doing that just to say to us.
He's like, thanks, bro.
Yeah. There's a lot of... you can't obviously... unlike the previous tournaments, the runners can't talk to each other because you can't be like, oh, hey, I found a Scarlet Wand on floor 8. And okay, I'm going to race to floor 8 and find that Scarlet Wand now. You can't do that.
Yo, Baldwin did not take the uncursed Para Wand. Interesting.
Yeah, that's going to probably cost him... That 1 damage does do a big difference when it comes to doing some kills. So, but the life shield should balance it out, truthfully, for some of the damage.
Yeah.
But when it comes down to it, like, you really need to be careful on, like this is back in the era of games where if you got a +1 shield, nowadays would be like, wow, instead of taking 9,000 damage, I'm taking 8,999. Okay. Back then, or in this game and like back in the days, I'm gonna show my age a bit. It's like, if you have like a +1 sword, that's a good sword. I like that sword. And if you have a -1 wand that's cursed, that makes a big difference in the damage calculations as well. So it's just one of those things where it's like, yeah, if you didn't pick up that the uncursed paralysis wand to bank on it being a little bit better, honestly, like, that might cost him, because there's some AI 1 fights. The Garuda's a bit confused here. There we go. There's a couple AI 1s that you actually need to have a full strength staff to do. So it's just one of those things where it's like, well, you know, there's that Maneva again.
Poulet hits a confused trap here. Also, strangely, holding on to a leather. Not sure what that's for.
There's that,
Yeah, I don't know if he's, like, saving it just to bank on the dodge, but interesting choice no matter.
Oh, he has to wait. Okay, thankfully nothing came at him while he's waiting for that crack trap. It's always nerve-wracking when you're just in front of the elevator and then all of a sudden it's inaccessible because of a trap. You're like, oh dear.
Is he gonna one-shot that? Ow.
Nope. That's gonna hurt.
Yeah. Half his HP casually.
Yeah. You'd have to have Queenie take a hit and do 2 AI 1 strikes and that at level 12 without Scarlet 1 to actually kill the spiders.
Is he gonna go for a pickup here? Oh, I like it. Yeah, that's what I would have done too.
Why is he walking freely with it though? Arak. You can't
that's
use the
interesting.
elevator.
I didn't realize they gave him a name. It's funny.
Yeah, you can't use the elevator if you're holding a monster in your hand by going to the menu. So if you ever pick up a monster and do a misstep, you're gonna have a bad time.
The monster spawned on top of the item. I didn't know that could happen.
Yep, they can. It's rare, but it can happen.
So, what does he get? Water again. That's the second time he's for a ball. He's made the effort to get it, and it's been a water ball both times. That's unfortunate.
Yeah. The thing is, the goofy thing about that as well is you see Poulet kind of shaking his character. Like I was saying before I trailed off again. I'm sorry for that, but we see them showing us via the gameplay what they think about certain situations between like they hit the trap or.
He didn't attack because of the split between the room and the hall. That's
no, it's because he threw an item.
No. The mana we moved forward into range of his familiar, but because the familiar was outside the room, it didn't attack.
It could have been because of the throw. The throwing messes up the order quite a bit too. I would probably go for the Odin versus the V-Dog.
I'm telling you, man, you can watch it again, but the Mana Weaver moved forward after the throw, so it should have AI won, but it didn't because he was outside the room.
Yeah, Gene Freak.
Oh, apparently Gene Freak says throw cancels the attack. Maybe I'm wrong. I could be wrong. I have been wrong before. It is possible. He's probably going to lose his familiar here.
No. He's fine. He has to walk one left.
Yeah, I think he has to pick him up and back up.
But the thing is, after that, he's going to have issues.
He's going to be really low.
He can... That's actually good. That's actually really good.
Oh, and he gets the meat. He could have picked it up for free. What are you doing? No, why did you not pick it up? No, no. Poulet, please.
Poulet. There's the glitch. There's the glitch. The meat is preventing the damage.
He has to Tumna that spider or egg
bomb
bomb
for it at least.
So that should still kill the wee dog. He's gonna take the hit.
Yeah. So
if he had picked up the fruit, he would have kept his. That was a strange choice.
Yeah. So I did mention before, fire crystals are a bit glitchy. If you have a monster standing on an item, that meat, for some reason it can't do damage to that monster.
That's interesting.
Yeah, so that's one of those things where it's like if you use it and you're like in an item room or the path is going to be just on it, it's like make sure you time it right because that might cost you the game.
Yeah, and picking up an item does not use your turn. So he could have just picked up that meat on the way by, and then he would have been able to have the salamander attack, and he would have saved his familiar. I'm not sure why he didn't pick it up. It's also just a useful item for your familiar in general. Really weird choice, and it did cost him.
Bomb trap.
Both runners getting pretty low here. So it's dangerous for Poulet. I don't think he has... Oh, pick up and he misses. He's going to have to use a fireball here.
Yeah. Or he might... Yeah, there you go. I was going to say, he might not feel safe.
He might not be confident that he has charges. Oh, and the frog doesn't want to be picked up. He's...
tough. He did turn the Arachne.
So Baldwin got into that same situation, but he used the Holy Bell to get himself out of it. So he's coming up on Poulet. I believe, the elevator, same floor.
The floor will be slightly different here because Poulet lost... No blind? No blind, okay. Poulet lost Queenie before this, so now things are going to be slightly different because it's just the way the tower works without having Queenie there, compared to if you had...
Yeah, because you would roll it, and then your starting familiar would roll it as well. But now it's just one roll versus two. Really dangerous situation for Poulet here. He's very much favored to lose at this point. It's going to be really hard. Usually, if you're on no familiar, you want to build a lead. He's been trying to build the lead all game, and Baldwin's just been on his tail. And
Yeah.
now he's at a point where it's going to be really hard for him to move faster. He's going to do his best, but I don't think he has the item base for it. He really needs something bad to happen here for Poulet. He's going to have to use the Olim here. Or the Palumpa. He could go with either one.
Palumpa would be a better choice, truthfully, because then you can keep the egg for
It's less
messing
safe,
with
though.
messing with
He has the Volcano Egg as well.
yeah, but he could mess with the Viper's AI with the eggs.
I would have done the Olim before I would have done the egg. Because it's 100% versus, 95.
Yeah, true. You see
And he still
Baldwin
has
is beating up a
Volcano
spider.
Egg. Oh, that's a bad room.
Holy Bell.
Yeah, I think you Holy Bell here.
Problem is it's actually a 2-room floor.
Oh, no.
Because that's a single exit room.
Well, if he had Fireball charges, he's not...
Okay, they're all going that way, but the problem is they're all probably coming back.
Oh, boy.
Oh, nope, there's a
No,
branch.
you're wrong.
Okay.
You're wrong. Okay.
Okay.
Ooh. He needs those to go right. They're
Yeah,
not. Yeah, turn him around.
Yeah.
Good job. That Palumpa normally would be dangerous. Grumpy Palumpas can collar jack you. Thankfully, he doesn't have a familiar, so it doesn't matter. Still a 1-4 lead, so he does still have slight lead. If things go really horrible for Baldwin somehow, you can still clutch this out. It's going to be very tough, though. And Baldwin getting up to 21. So again, the person who wins has to beat the floor that the other person reached if they got there first. So with Poulet moving generally first, Baldwin will have to beat him by a floor. But if he can get ahead, he can pretty much almost guarantee that he's going to take this. Poulet really not in a good spot here. There's like 10 unicorns coming on him.
Yeah, so this is a strategy.
Baldwin blind. This could be just what Poulet needs.
Was that
Poulet blind too. Unicorns saying it's time for your runs to end.
Yeah, unicorns are just horrible. He should turn around and throw the monster ASAP.
Baldwin missed with the fireball, but his familiar managed to finish off that unicorn, so he should be safe here. Poulet somehow still surviving this insane set. He's gonna go right down here.
Oh,
Right?
that damage from Baldwin. He doesn't know where the unicorns are. His blind is lasting a long time.
So yeah, in this game, status effects are randomized. They can go forever, essentially.
15 turns for sleep, according to Sand Knight.
Yep.
Oh,
he does use a
I
fire
don't know if the
crystal.
fire crystal will attack Queenie.
Uh,
Okay, it's worn off now, so.
Ooh. Poulet relying
Yeah,
on
he's setting on an
technology
item or a
here.
trap or something. It's
Poulet is
Oh
gonna
no,
get
the collar
out of-
jack happened.
Oh no, Poulet. Oh my god, he got the pickup. So Poulet is gonna make it to floor 22. This is exactly. Oh, he does get his collar back. Okay.
Yeah, that was
Oh.
a horrible room for Baldwin as well.
That's exactly what Poulet needs to see, like non-stop here, if he wants to take a win. He is gonna move on up again. Gonna check that seed. Mazar seed, really good. I would have waited till I was on the elevator.
The thing is, yeah, you don't want to stand in a straight line. I would have grabbed it and used the curvature of the room to protect myself from the
Yeah,
direct spell.
I would have put it in and waited. I wouldn't have used that there.
That's just when you
pick up a sleeping viper. Yeah.
I would have. Yeah, I was gonna say.
Oh,
Does he have a
boy.
fireball still?
He doesn't know if it has enough charges. I think he might be out.
He's
I
gonna
think you
have to deal with it
fireball.
soon.
You have to go, or use the volcano egg. One of the two. You have to get it when it's far away.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would do the volcano egg if you're not confident to fight. It does.
It does.
So unfortunately, the Viper's on top of him now. He can't survive a hit yet. So if he gets pinched, he's basically dead at this
Yeah.
point. He's running out of items.
You can see the slow, deliberate movement. This is a turn-based game, despite them always moving as fast as possible. When you need to take a break and think, do so. It will
Yeah.
help.
Oh, he's gonna hit the
is there-
elevator.
Okay,
So
there's no traps
Poulet-
along the way to the elevator, though.
Poulet fighting the odds here and
Yeah.
and building
24.
finally a little bit of a lead. Also, Baldwin uses a malicious scroll, but he still takes the hit on his familiar. His familiar is one hit. Gonna use the flame ball here, and he does kill it. So Baldwin gonna be okay. His familiar is almost out of MP, almost MP.
Yeah.
Poulet walking with his Viper again.
He should just.
This is my friend.
I would honestly attempt at least one pickup with it, because if you're gonna get pinched, you're gonna die anyway. Like, I would still try to get rid of it as fast as possible from behind me.
Yeah, I don't hate the idea.
To pick up is a 5/8 chance, so odds are in your favor, but the game says no a lot of times.
And
now
it
it is
is
2
So
blocks
he's gonna
from
have
it.
to do it here. He's.
He got
He
it.
does get it. I think I would have waited on that one haul.
Yeah, I think I would have thrown the Viper. Oh, he's okay. One's still approaching you, no matter
that
what.
was not the choice. I think he's gonna just fight it. I think he's gonna kill it.
There's still an exit to the room over there. So.
Oh, okay. He's gonna keep moving. Yeah, follow the Viper. Follow the Viper. Yeah, you might be, Seraph. It's really, really close. Poulet's playing out of his mind right now.
Yeah, this is absolutely ridiculous.
Mazar seed again. I think that other item was probably something good, but he wasn't willing to risk it. He knows there's monsters on his tail, so he's gonna play it safe. Baldwin moving up to 23, still fairly healthy.
Keeping that space between him and the Viper. Baldwin, will he pick up?
So it's a little tougher for Baldwin here because he has to worry about his familiar too.
Does he still have Fireball?
Oh,
no,
and he
nothing
takes the hit.
happened. Volcano Egg.
Yeah.
He's debating the
Is
eggs.
Vermilion still the Palumpa?
Yes.
Okay.
So he can still keep going, but oh
Yeah,
man.
so the Palumpa may be enough to kill a Viper, but it's not going to kill a Hawk.
All of that just to get around that small T-cross hallway they were at.
Yeah.
Like, Poulet has wasted so many resources. But that's the problem, when you don't have Queenie, you have to use
This is almost definitely the elevator room. Yeah.
a C-Seed. Yay.
Not really useful at this point.
Yeah, I know. It's not like Queenie's around.
Sadly, yeah, I'm sure he wanted that a lot sooner. Ooh, this could be a bad spawn. It is a bad spawn. You gotta go for pickup. Yep.
Just throw it. No, what are you doing?
I would throw it backwards and accept that that one's gonna be on your tail. Yeah, absolutely.
All the
yeah.
pickups, just throw
So
the
this
zoos
is it.
away.
If the odds are in your favor, he's gonna have to keep. That's smart. Yeah, just yep. So
Yep.
manipulating the AI a bit there to get it through. So zoos, they will roar and lower your AI. If you don't have AI, it goes for paralysis instead.
So what Poulet is doing is he's looking at the stealth sleeping, and he keeps seeing the flash of the elevator constantly.
So you can just pick up and move. Yep, he's okay.
Oddly enough, yes, you can pick up stealths despite them being giant turtles, but you can't pick up a balloon because it's too heavy.
Yeah, very strange. The game has some odd choices. Another rough spawn.
That's it. Oh, he's lucky.
Scary.
Zoos will paralyze Ko if they're next to him. They love to roar. They love to scream.
So paralysis is pretty much a guaranteed kill at this point.
Yeah.
Short of some insane RNG.
Yeah, and I think it's like a 50% chance of every turn that you can get out of paralysis
Yeah.
or something.
Oh. So yeah, Snowman, another one that you can't pick up because they're apparently very fat.
Yeah, this is a phenomenal
Oh,
race.
2 Barongs. He's almost surely going to make use of at least one of these.
Yeah.
I think he's just trying to get
The zoo's coming and saying hi, though. Oh, dear.
Oh, boy. So Barongs, while not normally very strong, at this point are so high level
No,
that's not going to kill.
No.
That's it.
death.
He's dead.
26.
So he's down on 26. So Baldwin just needs to hit floor 27, and he will take this set. Yeah, I think he should have fished for that, fished for something with that first Barong until he didn't have a choice, and hope that he got something good.
Yeah, so the thing is, you only have so many turns before those monsters come at you.
Yeah, Barongs, despite having the damage growth of about a Palumpa, they are extremely high level at that point, and you are not. So their damage bonus on you is pretty high.
What could he have done with the thing behind him? Honestly,
The Barongs,
not much. The second Balrog would have encroached upon the area as well.
Yeah, he would have been able to throw about 2 items, I believe. And the Barong, when you feed it something, it will choose an item in the game without a look at the rarity, and it will give you something back. So he could have gotten something like a roche fruit, which will turn a monster into an egg, a holy bell, like a whole number of useful items that he could have fished for. But it was just like a big RNG play, and he only got 2, I think, before the other Barong would have been on top of him, and he would have to move. There wasn't a great situation here. He was in a really bad spot no matter what, but it was just one of the options that he had.
So the one thing which we haven't actually seen between all 3 runs is a holy scroll.
Yeah, I think you're right.
That is actually kind of crazy because holy scrolls are actually relatively common.
Yeah.
And I just was realized, don't mess with them, Baldwin. Say, hey, Poulet.
Please die. Yes.
Yeah, there's yeah. That was we'll get you in for an interview. I'm pretty sure Baldwin doesn't have a microphone still, but there again you can see Baldwin shifting the camera, looking for that elevator there. Although he does have Queenies still, so he's able to AI 1 the zoos and get some levels.
Yeah, big ups to Poulet for making it so far without a familiar. Just goes like Baldwin hasn't passed him yet, even with a familiar. He's been struggling. Just goes to show how well Poulet was playing.
Yeah. Again, here's the runners. No matter what, this is settling game 3. But oh my goodness, it's been such an amazing amount of runs.
Yeah,
it's been so sorry.
It's been a tough set, man. Like really, really brutal. Ooh, we just got to see that Baldwin has pretty much no items left. He may still actually lose this race with a little bit of luck here. Poulet might just pull this off. That Mandara's awake. He's going to have to fight. He doesn't really have a choice, and he gets 3 hits from something on this floor.
He should be able to kill the Mandara, though.
He'll kill the Mandara. He's going to have to run from the zoo. If he gets pinched, he might be dead.
We actually have too much of floor 26 because floor 26 obviously is not much explored.
His familiar hit really hard. Holy cow!
Well, yeah, it's
very
level
high
21.
Yeah,
sorry, level 19. I think 'cause he has 2 Mazar seeds on.
Yeah, he's very high level for this setting. And we do know there are Barongs, so he will get the chance to fish here. So you're gonna get to see. Throws away the fireball, which is empty. Herb, you can pretty much toss back in.
I would still check it. It might be a paralysis herb.
Fire. Yeah, I don't like fire.
Go on, trained one. Oh, money.
Money.
And wind seed. That wind seed's good.
That's not bad. That's not bad. Barong's very high experience, but also very high HP. So he does get the level off of that.
Oh, and there is...
That's it. That's going to be game, short of a bad trap. Oh, but he knows where it is.
All right,
I would have just moved up. Yeah. I mean, I guess he didn't know. So it was probably a smart choice. So that's it. My boy Poulet, unfortunately, not clutching it out.
Yeah, elevator. Yeah, exactly. Right when you realize where things were. We actually never saw elevator on your side, but yeah, you just went the wrong way.
Yeah, sometimes that's how it be. You know, sometimes you end up like me, and you're on the elevator, died and you didn't know, and you walk away from the elevator and you die and you lose the whole...
Yeah. And,
merry little dance.
So
we're going to pull Poulet in here to get his words on how awful that was.
I'm pretty sure, again, Baldwin doesn't have a... I'll also ask him if he wants a interview. But yeah, it's unfortunately... just the way things went there, we can't do too much about the tower. The tower said no. So let me send the link to Poulet here. I'm pretty sure Baldwin...
Yeah, it looks like Baldwin doesn't have a mic still, so he's not going to be joining us.
Poulet.
Here's Poulet. How you feeling, buddy?
Amazing towers. Who would like a wood shield or water orb?
Yeah, okay, we have to actually mention a few things. First of all, though, Baldwin does say he has no microphone, but thank Poulet for the race and Shiny Dreamy for commentating. Lots of traps from these seeds and not the best weapon or swords. And to touch on that, you're very good with the wood shield. I don't think you intended to be, but wow, the first two seeds were absolutely atrocious, and you got stuck with, I think, a cursed earth shield.
Yeah, you apparently are the greatest at finding the cursed item.
Yeah, I got only cursed item. Yeah, the first seed was cursed girlfriend wand, or golf wand plus cursed earth shield.
Yep.
Well, okay, I guess I lose.
And then we were watching you in that third race, and you were in total go mode. You skipped so much, and then every orb that you went out of your way to get was a water orb.
Yes. The only item I turned for was an orb because I felt it was maybe going to save me. Nope, water orb.
Yeah, it was constantly like I even did a little spin around the character. Let's put his keyboard, not me.
Yes.
So basically, yeah, it's like the amount of water orbs is atrocious, but the amount of go-up traps was staggering on the seeds. You guys, I think, found 6 in total between the 3 runs, or 7 in total.
That last race had so many, yeah. Also, you hit go-up traps, I think, in 2 of the races on the first 5 floors.
Oh, yeah.
And you lucked out both times. You didn't miss anything.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was actually just convenient. You just lost a little bit of experience and stuff during that time.
Yeah, there was actually no items. It was actually a really pretty barren set for items. I think in several of the games you were actually better equipped. It's definitely worth watching back. It was really close. Baldwin, I think on floor 24 or 25, came like a hair away from dying. Like you really almost had that set. It was so razor close.
But yeah, the last one was 1 fireball, and the one you get at the beginning, and then that's it, I believe.
Yeah, and water balls.
And the other one had a sleep ball, which a picket borrowed.
Yeah. Oh, we felt so bad. And you still managed to take the win, but you faced some really bad luck. Like Baldwin, like I said, he never lost his familiar in that third race.
Oh,
and
okay.
We're still like well ahead of him for the most part. And yeah, he almost died on 24-25. Like it was so close, you almost had it.
Well, and there was this unicorn colony or something. It was maybe 5 of them on screen. Could you let me out?
Originally, when because it was a 2-floor room, but no, it was just some insane monster density.
Oh yeah, I was really scared of the 2-floor room. I mean, because basically they were gonna loop around and I was done.
Yeah. Yeah, but
please switch from game audio. How do we do that?
That's a good question. I think we can switch between the 2 of them, but
well, I can't because Poulet doesn't have audio ready.
does he want us? I mean, does he want us to turn it off? Does he just not want to listen to the music?
Can you not hear us, or like, you should be able to hear us? Like,
either way, thankfully Poulet's not out of the race. He goes down to the loser bracket, so he will probably get a chance to try again.
Oh yes.
Yeah, you'll be facing off against the winner of Wuga versus King the Brain. So have fun with that.
All right, sounds fun.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the egg luck was really bad this game too. It was like a dream and a volcano were the only 2 eggs that showed up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I figured it was. Yeah. Well, I found those eggs on floor between 10 and 15, so I was kind of excited. Ooh, maybe Garuda. Yeah, or maybe Dreamin'. Okay.
Yeah, the Dreamin' egg I think you found on 15, or yeah, it was 15 because I was like, oh, this could be an Arachne, could be a Garuda.
Yeah, you got the Dreamin'.
Yeah, like the ultimate low roll.
Yeah, unfortunately that was the case. Do you have anything to say before we wrap up, Poulet?
I hope that other runners get less atrocious seeds.
Yeah, this was definitely a Sand Knight seed.
Yeah, Sand Knight made him through me, I guess. I don't know, but yeah, especially the first 2, those were just really bad for equipment all around.
It was nuts, man.
I also did point out to Dreamy, there was no Holy Scrolls the entire time.
Oh, that's true.
And that would have helped in a lot of
shields in
situations.
the first two races, other than that Earth shield.
Yeah. So I will again plug the runners. I will plug ourselves as commentators, and I will plug our Zero Dreams Discord. Please join if you want to learn to play the game, have fun, do whatever. Always happy to have new members, casual people intent in speedrunning, or just people who want to chill and chat. Always happy to have people. We're always happy to make resources for people. But thank you again for Speed Gaming, for always helping us and being great for just to work with in general.
Yeah, and thank you for these amazing races, man. It was a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah.
Not quite to play, but you know,
That's fine. It's fine. But yeah, everyone take care. We'll see you guys in the next match, which I think is March 1st, I believe, is the next one that's been set up.
There's also the second tower race coming up tomorrow.
Oh yes, tomorrow. But that'll be posted in our Discord, not the Speed Gaming. So
yeah.
Anyway, everyone take care.
Yeah, GG everybody. Take care.
See you guys.